Arts and Culture Barometer 2022, Occupational Wellbeing of Artists. The Arts Promotion Center Finland, TAKE, and the Center for Cultural Policy Research, CUPOR, are gathering information this autumn about the views of artists working in different fields of the arts regarding the occupational well-being of artists. The questionnaire asks about the views of artists regarding occupational well-being, factors that support and undermine occupational well-being, and occupational health services and other services that support occupational well-being. The questionnaire has been sent to a random selection of artists who applied for a grant from TAKE in 2021. The link to the questionnaire is open and can be shared. The link can also be found on the TAKE and CUPOR websites, as well as on the communication channels of various arts organizations, artist associations, foundations and arts information centers. For example, we ask that you respond to the questionnaire by clicking on the link below by the 16th of October 2022. We hope that you will respond to all the questions and express your own views freely. The views of individual artists are very valuable for the results of the barometer. Everyone who responds and provides their contact information will be entered into a prize drawing for the chance to win one of 20 museum cards. Experiences of work and occupational well-being. 1. Evaluate your current occupational well-being on a scale of 1-10. My current occupational well-being is... How has your occupational well-being developed during the past 12 months?
Improved slightly.
How often do you have the following feelings or thoughts about your work as an artist?
At my work, I feel bursting with energy. Quite often. I'm enthusiastic about my work. Quite often. My work inspires me. Quite often. I'm proud of the work that I do. Quite often. I get carried away when I'm working. Quite often.
How often do you have the following feelings or thoughts about your work as an artist?
I experience stress about work-related issues. Quite often. I feel frustrated in my work. Quite rarely, I feel fatigued in my work. Quite rarely, I feel bored in my work. Quite rarely, I feel concerned about my ability to cope physically. Quite rarely, or never, I feel concerned about my ability to cope mentally. Quite often, I feel concerned about my livelihood. Always. Have you changed professions or considered leaving the arts profession during the past 12 months? Yes. If yes, what were your reasons for changing professions or considering doing so? Select all the choices that apply to your situation. Uncertainty about my livelihood, lack of income, competition over grants and subsidies. If you selected more than one, which was the most important reason for changing professions or considering doing so? Uncertainty about my livelihood.
Factors that support and undermine occupational well-being. 7. How often have you felt that the following factors supported your occupational well-being during the last 12 months?
Appealing tasks and content of your work. Always. Learning new things, developing in your work. Always. Diversity of your work. Quite often. Ability to influence the goals and contents of your own work. Always. Ability to choose your working hours. Always. Confidence in your own professional skills and expertise. Quite often. Peer support from other artists. Quite rarely. Quite often. General appreciation towards your profession. Quite rarely. Appreciation within your own field of the arts. Quite rarely. Success and popularity. Quite rarely. Never. A good work community and environment. Never. Quite rarely. Sufficient income. Quite rarely. Steady work or otherwise regular income. Quite rarely. Never. Good physical condition. Quite often. Good tools, safe working conditions. Quite often. Quite rarely. Occupational health services. Cannot say. Never. Professional guidance. Never. Describe briefly in your own words which factors you feel support occupational well-being in the field of arts. Steady income, getting grants. How often have you been negatively burdened by the following factors at work during the last 12 months? Difficult or stressful working positions? Quite rarely. Physical work environment, noise, temperature, untightness, chemicals? Quite rarely. Traveling work? Never. Problems related to the activities of the work community or network? Does not apply. Or, quite rarely. Stress caused by working alone or isolation? Quite often. Challenging situations with the audience or customers? Does not apply. Lack of feedback? Quite often. Poor appreciation and status of art and artists in society? Quite often. Excessive accumulation of work? Quite rarely. Lack of time for making art? Quite rarely. Quite often. Uncertain income? Always. Burden of applying for grants and subsidies? Quite often. Always. Competition over grants and subsidies? Always. Lack of income? Always. Unpaid work? Quite rarely. Or quite often? Quite rarely. Uncertainty about own skills? Quite often. Describe briefly in your own words which factors most undermine occupational well-being. Undermine. Financial instability. Instability. Have you experienced as an artist during your artistic work inappropriate treatment and or discrimination during the past 12 months? No. Evaluate the following claims. I feel that I do work that is meaningful to me. Strongly agree. Partially agree. Strongly agree. I'm an artist because making art is a passion. Partially, strongly agree. Partially agree. I feel that my work is something to give to others and to the world. Partially agree. I feel that my skills and expertise are at the right level. Partially agree. I can make a living in my profession. Neither agree nor disagree. Partially disagree.
Managing and organizing artistic work. 14. How well do the following claims describe your work as an artist?
I usually recover sufficiently from the stress caused by my work. Partially agree. If I get sick, I can take sick leave without fear of it affecting my income or work opportunities. Strongly disagree. I continue to work when I get sick. Partially agree. I'm able to separate work from leisure time whenever I have to. Partially disagree. I'm able to take sufficient holiday leave from my work. Strongly agree. I'm able to regulate the amount of work I have to do. Partially agree. My work schedules are usually easy to anticipate. Partially agree. I've experienced problems with issues related to Social Security. Cannot say. I've experienced problems with issues related to unemployment security. Partially disagree. I am concerned about the level of my pension. Strongly agree. How much holiday leave have you had during the past 12 months? 4 weeks or more. The question is not applicable to my situation. During the past 12 months, have you done artistic work outside the field of the art fields of the arts? No. During the past 12 months, have you performed other types of work alongside your artistic work that is not related to your professional skills as an artist? Yes. If yes, how does this affect your occupational well-being? It undermines my occupational well-being. Which of the following would be your most desirable way of being employed as an artist in the future? On a grant?
Occupational health services and other services that support occupational well-being. 21. In 2021, were you entitled to occupational health services provided by an employer, or did you obtain occupational health services for yourself as an entrepreneur or self-employed person?
No. Have you used any other services to support your occupational well-being or maintain your work capacity in place of or alongside occupational well-being services? No. Services you need in particular. Something along the lines of basic income, I guess. Which kinds of solutions or services would you propose for promoting the occupational well-being and work capacity of artists? Basic income, better access to therapy, to help with bureaucracy. Filing tax reports. Pension stuff.
Experience of inclusion. 26. Evaluate the following claims. The following claims are based on the widely used experiences of social inclusion scale, ESSIS, developed by the Finnish Institute for Health and Welfare, THL, that are used to measure the experience of inclusion. The experiences of social inclusion scale provides valuable data for research, as it enables the comparison of artists by different groups of respondents. For each statement, please select the alternative that best describes your personal experience.
I feel that what I do every day is significant. Neither agree nor disagree. I get positive feedback on what I do. Somewhat agree. I belong to a group or community that is important to me. Important for me. Neither somewhat agree. Other people need me. Neither agree nor disagree. I can influence the course of my life. Somewhat agree. I feel that my life has a purpose. Somewhat agree. I can strive for things that are important for me. Completely agree. I get help when I really need it. Somewhat agree. I I feel trusted. Some would agree. I can influence some things in my living environment. Neither agree nor disagree.
Background information. 27. In which field of the arts do you work? You may select more than one.
Visual arts, media art. Literature. Gender. Other. Year of birth. 1988. Native language Finnish. Postal code. Education. Master's degree. Labor market status in 2021. You may select more than one. Unemployed job applicant. Free artist. Freelancer. Recipient of a grant. What were your total earnings before taxes in 2021? Between 10 and 20,000. How would you rate your income level in general in 2021? Quite good. Did you perform artistic work in 2021? Yes, part-time. How did you work as an artist in 2021? Alone. Do you feel that you belong to a minority? No. Email address for the prize draw. Email at nikoti.online. Send.
Thank you for your answer.